Hey everybody, it's Jesse Navarro. I just woke up. As you can tell, I got my crazy hair. Hey, Albert Einstein had crazy hair, and he did pretty well. But I woke up this morning thinking about debt. I don't know why. I had a buddy of mine talk about he's putting together a PPM. And I was thinking about LBOs. So again, if you haven't figured out what an LBO is, leverage buyout. So where you buy out a company on leverage. If the revenue makes sense versus what you pay in interest, it may make sense to leverage that business. And further thinking about that, I was thinking about debt and bankruptcy here in America. There's two forms of bankruptcy that are most popular, anyways, and they're chapters. And what a chapter basically is literally just a chapter inside of a bankruptcy code. The most popular or well used are Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. Now, we live here in the States where, if done correctly, your debt can be completely wiped away and you start fresh. Of course, without consequences, of course. But it's possible. I mean, gosh, what a place we live in. Some place in Europe doesn't even offer anything like that. In other countries, of course. But in thinking about that, there's two different types of bankruptcies we can go through. You do Chapter 7, where if done correctly, your debt's completely wiped away. They'll take everything, all of your assets. You're left with absolutely nothing. Maybe some clothes, of course. But your other assets are all taken, sold, and given to your creditors. Then you have Chapter 13. Chapter 13 is a little bit more of a negotiation. The negotiation is, hey, look, I want to pay back this debt, but however, I want to do it on more reasonable terms. And that's when you can negotiate rates and terms with those creditors. Say, hey, look, I have this credit card debt at 30%, right? It's pretty high. Let's negotiate for 10. It may seem like a pretty good deal. The issue is there's a penalty along with that as well, and that stays in your credit report for 7 years. Chapter 7 for 10 years. So it's something to really consider as far as a risk analysis. For the next 7 to 10 years, will I be better off trying to pay off my debt and as opposed to getting your slate wiped clean? So something to think about. We live in kind of a place, fortunately, where things like that are safeguarded from us. Before, historically, in the past, it used to be a slave debt to your creditor, where you and your family had to work for your creditor and whatever they wanted to do. And before that, you had a slaver's prison where you're actually imprisoned because you had debt. Here, it's highly unlikely you'll go to prison. In fact, there's no way you can go to prison. That's why these bankruptcies were set up, so you don't have to go to prison for your debt. So anyways, a little bit of information for you. So things to know. So every day, just be curious about financially how things work. Because again, and also your health. I always say your personal health will dictate your financial wealth. I believe that's completely true. It'll get your mind clear. Your memory will improve. You'll think a little better too. Anyways, everyone have a good day. It's Labor Day, so have a good week.